Welcome back to Fly Tires Tying Flies. We're going to do a late night experimental tying session here of the Kreelex. This one is going to be all long fibers. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. We've got a firehole stick, 811 size 4 in the vise already. And we're going to go ahead and get started with some olive 140 denier UTC. Go ahead and create a bump here for the eyes. We're going to use fulling mill eyes here on this one. It's going to be brass streamer eyes, pearl, looks like medium. There's the culprit there. But not to get ahead of ourselves here, we'll get that bump started and then a thread base here started on the shank of the hook, going back close to the bend and turning around, coming back with some loose wraps to pass back to this bump that we formed here. All right, we're going to get started with this eye. Kind of an interesting hourglass shape. A little bit trickier to tack on securely. It wants to do that. Frequently wander side to side. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some of this fusion. Liquid fusion, that is. And we'll get some of the urethane going there. Get a glob down in here. Some more cross wraps. Turn back over. That actually looked pretty good. It's like the urethane was moving down via gravity when I had it flipped like this. All right, so here we go. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and flip that back. Got a hair shade, too much urethane. Whoops. But it's all right. Nothing we can't handle. Helicopter wraps here. I'm just really paranoid that we get those eyes as secure as possible here. So, all right. We're going to go ahead and try 3 colors on this particular streamer. I've already got some of the holographic Kreelex flash here in silver. We're going to go ahead and start with that since I've got it. As you can see, these, you might be able to see, it's not exactly cut flush, so go ahead and synchronize all those fibers so that we don't have as many errant fibers all over the place. And wrap back here. And back to these eyes here. Cut off the tag end of our tying thread. I'm going to go with the original recipe here that calls for a very, very blunt flush cut on the back end there. All right, next material here. I'm going to look for something for the bottom. It's going to be kind of different color here. We're going to go with this, the olive flash here. So let's get a bit of that separated. Had a small amount laying around here. on the bench, so I will try my best to add that here. May not be worth it. We'll find out. So what I'm going to end up doing, same thing here. Cut this bunch flush right over my trash basket there. Waste basket. Just like so. We bring the thread to halfway point, more or less, between these eyes and the actual eye of the hook. Lay that over kind of sideways on my side of the shank of the hook. Give it 2 loose wraps, and I'm going to very slowly pull that back so as to not pull it all the way through here. And we're going to wrap, tight wraps, securing this right in front of the eyes, and back down the head to the eye of the hook, and right back up to the dumbbell eyes. Cross under, lift up, and lash down. Get that secured, bring this thread back over the hook here. I'll pull out any little small errant fibers here. Okay, we have a very long section here. So what I might do is cut this short here. I think I'll go ahead and cut to the same length as the tail. Just see what we get here, okay? I'll lay down the excess that I had left over, and we'll go ahead and bring in a dark gold here. So first, we're gonna rotate the fly upside down here. And let's go ahead and pull this out. Find a clump here for the top. Looks like this length is probably going to suffice right here. Let's test it. Yeah, it looks like it. So we'll go ahead and take and cut. A couple little short fibers we can take out. Okay, I'm going to lash this down here. 2 very loose wraps. Pull back to where I have basically uncovered the eye of the hook with these Kreelex flash fibers or material here. I do not want to crowd that hook eye. Pull all that back there. I'm going to hold it back as best as I can. I think we're ready for whip finish. 4 turns. We can go ahead and cut our thread here. Not quite going to lay on the glue to the head just yet. Let me go ahead and trim out what we've got here. First, we got to figure out what we've got. Looks like this was a job for old Mr. Bodkin. And probably what I ought to have done is just turn that all upside down like that. Okay, so I know I've got green, silver up there. just going to try to separate this very dark gold here. Looks pretty good. So we got some fibers that are fairly short. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that to this length here. I have a few of these dark gold fibers left over. I'll set these aside here. And that's the fly. I have no idea how it'll fish in the water. Go ahead and take that out. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Kreelex in general, and I just thought that be worth an attempt at a long fiber pattern here. I love fishing streamers for bass, and so I thought we'd just try this out and see what we get here. And go ahead and lay down a bit of this urethane adhesive. And we'll get it glued up here. Let that soak in a little bit. Use the nozzle of this applicator, kind of going around here. Small amount of that is up in the eye of the hook, but we can address that right now. No big deal. No big deal at all. All right, and that's it. The long fibered Kreelex. Hope you like it.